So I just watched Oppenheimer, and today we're gonna talk. Oh my god! All right, let me try this again. So I just watched Oppenheimer. Bro, I couldn't even do that with a straight face. I have to try again. So I just saw Christopher Nolan's Oh my god! I can't do this. I can't do this. Hold on. Let me try it with a wig. Let's see if I can do that. No way. No freaking way. Oh my god. Alright, I'm just going to keep it like this. I saw Oppenheimer like 6 hours ago, but I forgot to talk about it. So here I am. And yeah, let's just get right into it. I don't even know how to start talking about this movie because sitting in the theater, the last frame, the picture, whatever you say, the last shot of the movie, I was watching it, and when the credits rolled, the credits started rolling with the score and everything, I was sitting there and I was like, oh my god. My sister, my dad, everyone was just looking at me, and I was just like staring in awe of everything that was happening. I wasn't even blinking. I was just staring with a straight face, watching everything happen, aka watching the credits. I was so in shock of what I had just witnessed, and oh my god, I had witnessed something both horrifying and beautiful at the same time. And I'm talking visuals, I'm talking score, and I'm talking like thematic material. Oh my god. The scene, like, I think the scene in Oppenheimer that everyone has kind of been like talking about, it doesn't disappoint. That's the scene where the bomb goes off. It's way earlier than you're expecting because the second half of the movie is dealing with the consequences of what has just how do you say this? What has just happened, but everything that happens before that kind of reminded me of the movie Air, which, by the way, is one of my favorite movies of the year, and that movie is amazing, but this was just as amazing. Snappy dialogue, incredible, just the score that was like building tension with every single scene, and it starts out with a bang. It starts out with like amazing music. Everything starts to unravel by the end of the movie in a good way. Like, basically, the movie's told from like two different perspectives, black and white, and the actual like in color scenes, objective and subjective. Both of them are kind of like the different perspectives. It's kind of like Memento. I haven't seen Memento, but I'm hearing it's kind of like Memento, and both of them are kind of like the different time periods. So you kind of have to weave together everything that's going on, and I love that stuff. That's why Nolan is probably my favorite director. And stay tuned for my Nolan ranking coming soon. But yeah, everything building to that scene is monumental. But then the actual scene is one of the best experiences I've ever had in a theater. I was not just on the edge of my seat. I was not just sweating with every bone, so everything in my hand, my palms, my legs, my feet. My feet were sweating so much in this movie. I don't even know why. But like I'm still speechless because the actual scene that everyone has been hyping up was so unexpected, but the tension building up to that scene was so crazy, and I was like, oh my god. And then when it happened, everyone in the theater was speechless. I'm speechless right now. That's how you know this movie is just a masterpiece. It's genuinely like one of the most awe-inducing scenes I've ever witnessed in my entire life. You will not be disappointed when you see that scene in a theater in IMAX 70mm. Wow, that was amazing. But then everything that happens after that is so engaging and so interesting because you're dealing with everything that's happening after that scene, and everything that happens after that scene is maybe even more interesting than what happened before, the build-up, because like it basically turns into a horror movie, and just so many things where you're like, that's not good. And from that point, the movie just goes so high, and it was already amazing, but then it just like, it kicks into full gear, and it becomes one step above amazing, and it blew my mind. I was so in love with everything that was happening, and then the movie just, it keeps going, and one of the things I said in my out of theater reaction is that I didn't want this movie to end. I didn't even care it was 3 hours and 9 seconds. I just didn't want it to end. It could have kept going for 6 more hours, and I would have not been bored. It's amazing. It's such an amazing experience. And then, some of the performances is probably like, it might actually be the best part of the movie. Robert Downey Jr. coming for that Oscar. Cillian Murphy, sorry I said silly in my out-of-theater reaction, coming for that Oscar. Oh my God, the Oscars, this movie screams Oscars all throughout it. I'm not like a huge Oscar buff, but like I could notice like this movie is like going for it. Besides those two, you had Matt Damon, who's a bit of a meaner character than you're expecting, but he is kind of funny. But then you have like Florence Pugh, who has some dirty scenes, but then you have Emily Blunt, who's in the movie way more than I expected, and they just transform her character into someone completely different than Emily Blunt. It's insane, and that's how you know the acting's good. That's how you know the direction, the screenplay is so good, and it's so just mesmerizing, everything about the script and the writing and the dialogue, but then mixed with the performances, oh my God. And there are also so many actors in this movie that I had no idea were in this movie. I'm probably like a complete dumb ASS, but yeah, I mean, like Matthew Modine, like what the heck? Benny Safdie, like who, what? Josh Peck, David Datsmolchin, Gary Oldman, Dane DeHaan, like so many people I was not expecting at all in this movie, and I was so I was like, what? But another thing that's possibly the best part of this movie is the score. Oh my God, that score is monumental. It may actually be, I think it is Göransson's best score. He absolutely killed it. Like, it enhances every single scene of the movie. The movie would still be good without it, but oh my God, this score. Overall, I think Oppenheimer is arguably Christopher Nolan's magnum opus. Everything, including the story, the cast, the direction, the screenplay, the visuals, the sound design, the acting, everything is monumental. Oppenheimer, 5 stars. I'm seriously just blown away that Christopher Nolan still got it and still got it this good. I mean, like, how do you make your, like, what is it, 11th, 12th movie this good, still be on the level of your other movies? And I feel like this is kind of returning to the form of the other Christopher Nolan movies, and I don't think we're ever going to get a movie like this from Christopher Nolan ever again. Expect my ranking of the Christopher Nolans coming really soon. I haven't seen all of them, so just brace yourselves for some unexpected, like, oh, I haven't seen it, because I used to lie all the time on Letterboxd because I thought no one would see it, but they did. So, what the heck?